district early on Saturday, where he also pledged to establish a coffee factory and create another constituency in the district if voted in office again.
Thousands of Chitagwenda residents gathered at Kayombo Primary School playground to welcome and listen to the NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The father to the presidential aspirant on Common Man's Party, Mubarak Munyagwa, was among the Chitagwenda residents who turned up for Museveni's rally. He urged his people to vote for Kaguta Museveni come 15th January 2026.
Your Excellency, I want to introduce one of your veterans, the civilian veteran, Muzee Serunga Burhan. He is also a father of Honorable Munyagwa, who is one of the candidates, presidential candidates. And I want him just to greet, give him the microphone.
Omuntu okubanza noyenda okumena we na nisaba abali aho mwena muzeyi mugenzi wanjye kanyowe muleke etamwekwiza tumuhagire abakiri omu tumubanze byeitu byona ebitukumbanza nubabituhereze hangara His Excellency hangara Madam First Lady hangara Government of Uganda.
Mr. Museveni, in his campaign address, directed the Attorney General to compensate those whose properties were lost during the ADF insurgency and the veterans after the issue was raised by the district authorities.
Then the school lorries which were taken because of the war, those are compensations by the ministry, by Attorney General, should be compensated without fail. The school lorries, PPS, are you there? Yes. Attorney General should compensate those schools with the bus, the lorries. The bus is my pledge. I will implement it myself. But the school lorries are government war debts to be paid by the Attorney General.
He pledged the establishment of a coffee factory and the creation of another constituency out of Chitagwenda.
We are supporting a coffee factory in Kajala, Mtungamo, big one. Here we can support one of the husking and grading and sorting, we can support that one. Then the second constituency, I support that constituency.
Museveni also pledged to tarmac the road from Chitagwenda to Kamwenge and extend electricity to the sub-counties that are not connected to the national grid.
So mbwena hangu taijo neja kukorwa esenta batu bazitungire zo kweguza tuzitungira ati umushikirana bagambira speaker yabagira ngo bahingwize budget kukora urwo Toro kuruta amasyoro konka abantu bagamba kurukererwe bakagamba munonga betigereze ikikukereza nenge okukwata bingi mwena mukimanye nicyo kikuretera ebintu okukererwa konka ikirungi.
The NRM campaigns will on Sunday take a break and resume on Monday with the rallies scheduled in Kamwenge and the Chegegwa districts. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Chitagwenda.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has appealed to all NRM supporters and voters to wake up early on the 15th of January 2026 and massively cast their presidential vote for the NRM candidates so that he can secure victory in the first round. President Museveni made this appeal while addressing a joint campaign rally for Fort Portal City and Kabarole districts this Saturday evening in Fort Portal Tourism City.
Business was brought to a standstill in Fort Portal City on the morning of Saturday, 6th December 2025 by NRM supporters. The procession was all over the entire city as many celebrated the coming of candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Participating groups included the youth structures, the NRM party supporters, and members of the Patriotic League of Uganda. After the town drive, thousands convened at Kabura grounds to receive the yellow gospel.
In this venue, sir, you will be addressing 2 districts or administrative units.
This attracted party supporters from the district of Kabarole and Fort Portal City. The Fort Portal campaign rally was attended by, among others, the Speaker of Parliament, NRM SEC members, ministers, members of Parliament, and other dignitaries.
And most importantly, I want to thank the President for giving us the tourist city.
Museveni is popularizing the 2026-2031 NRM manifesto.
Nizire hano na bembeza abandi okubanjurira entegeka ya NRM y'emyaka 2026.
Speaking about the future is a task President Museveni is doing by informing the voters about the past, a yardstick he says must be a conduit to determine the next Uganda.
Inywe abakwikara hii na Congo numanya omugaso gw'obusinge numanya ensi kwere kutabanguka tene kinde kikukorwa kyona abantu nibafa ebintu nibisisikara ubwire bw'abantu nibusisikara ihanga ndiferwa ekikoto muno.
According to the president, Uganda now enjoys peace from west to south, east up to north.
Itwe tutusosora madini mahanga ningo kugaya abakazi no kugaya abana.
And it is against this backdrop Museveni is seeking for another people's mandate.
Ekigesire Uganda yona nicho mkurara tusingura akaruru tutene garaka mukaruru na hati nimbasaba mwena mwikare hamu NRM hangura akaruru kano on the first round.
For the tea growers in Kabarole and Fort Portal City, President Museveni has allayed fears.
Na bucha bachai nyonse merero kanyara kiringo ebe ya chai egwire bitu nikizoka turukukora ebikwetagisa ebe eroho.
The head of state has been accompanied by the first daughter in Fort Portal.
I want to thank you so much for always supporting all of us Ugandans, teaching us how to develop at every level. Thank you, Toro, for this warm welcome from Zay. On the 15th of January, let's go out and vote for Mzee Wakazi. With a heart.
Natasha's address was partly a testimony of life shaped.
I am very moved by the testimonies of the young people who have come through the training hub. Some of the students in the other places have said that one of the skills that they do is called mindset change. And I had never thought of our thought process as a skill. When I was finishing school myself, there was an elder who said to me, now you're going home, you're going to be a job seeker. And I said to him, no, I'm going to be a job maker. So like these young people are saying, when I came home with some support from Mzee and Mama, I managed to also put up a workshop and employ some people where all these years later, now my child who has also finished school is now also there with me.
As requested by local leaders, President Museveni has bought the idea of establishing an industrial park in Fort Portal and Kabarole district However, he says this comes with the burden of securing enough land.
The government as usual, Ngugwe ya agenda president.
Robert Onyango, UBC News.
In more news, leaders of Kabarole District and Fort Portal City have joined the rest of Uganda to affirm support to the ruling national resistance movement. Improved road infrastructure, milestones in education and healthcare are some of the reasons they cite for the political support. As the campaigns take shape, the hopes are high as leaders here look forward to Fort Portal City becoming Uganda's hub for tourism. These are the details.
It is a unanimous political position that leaders in Toro sub-region have taken to support the ruling party. But why?
The case in point is the Chienjojo Kampala road, which had issues, but now the contractor is back on the road.
As the commander-in-chief and the patron of the army, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has been at the lead of ensuring that our country is safe and secure.
This is not all. Improvement in education, healthcare and livelihood have changed the face of Toro.
So this is the only place where you find 5 private universities and 1 public university, a government university. This is where you find 2 big institutions that give science and technology in this area. We have Uganda Technical College Kichwamba, which is now a center of excellence in the whole of this region.
The country is peaceful, the country is settled, and people have started regaining their thinking and positive thinking towards developing themselves at household level.
We also have a regional referral hospital. In the last 4 years, it has been equipped with everything that is required for a regional referral hospital. We have a CT scan procured at 3.6 billion. We have a state-of-the-art lab, which was the first in the country to be internationally accredited, apart from the ones in Kampala.
When this is consolidated, Fort Portal City will become the tourism stop center for Uganda.
People have prospered, agriculture has grown. We are now a food basket for the country. So I see that over the years, we are seeing progress in this region.
It was elevated to a city, and we call it a tourism city, the only of its kind in Uganda. And there's been a lot of investment in regards to that sector. Therefore, so many people are employed within that sector. But it's also more of a regional hub for most of the outer districts that are next to the border.
These are some of the many reasons why Fort Portal, Toro and Rwenzori areas have all reasons to join Uganda in voting NRM back.
It is the only place where you can never find even a grass-thatched hut. Even the mud and water houses will be out of this place in the next 5 or 10 years. So the development that the president has brought in this area, I mean, you cannot explain it.
We are also cognizant that there are certain things that have not yet been done by the NRM government, some pledges here and there, but most of those pledges are being fulfilled and they are on their way.
People have now moved and businesses are prospering, and the goods and services are moving much faster than ever before. So that is part of the prosperity where we feel it is important for the people of Toro to keep the confidence of NRM under the leadership of President Museveni.
With a vote for the ruling party, Toro leaders say the gains secured will be protected. Henry Okrut, UBC.
General Mugisha Muntu, the Alliance for National Transformation presidential candidate, Saturday took his campaign trail to his stronghold district of Terego, focusing on grassroots engagement and listening to residents' concerns. Muntu, who was in the company of ANT West Nile senior members, urged the people of Terego to vote for all ANT candidates in the district for transparency and good governance, as Haruna Mutesasira reports.
Alliance for National Transformation or ANT presidential candidate John Mugisha Muntu Saturday campaigned in Terego East and West constituencies, rallying support for his presidential bid. Terego,
West Nile, for 2026-2031, don't consider 8, consider only 7. And the 8th one should automatically be put aside.
John Muntu was in the company of Honorable Cassian Wadri and Terego District Chairman Wilfred Saka, demonstrating unity and solidarity for their party candidate.
But since change the laws, you have to have enough people in parliament who are able to change the laws. The problem, the majority of them are NRM. 2, they don't care about people. They care about themselves. They just want to preserve themselves. So that's why the complication is, if we had out of 529 members of parliament, 300 men and women who are firm, whether they're in government, the ruling party or not, and opposition, 300, just that. I can tell this country will not be run as if someone is running his homestead.
John Muntu made his first stop at Kubara Omogo Sub-County, Terego East constituency, where his enthusiastic supporters were already waiting under the tree shade.
For money to be put in health, so there are drugs in hospitals and other health centers. For money to be put into medical, so that the medical workers are lifted up so they can be motivated to ensure that the citizen accesses good health services. To put money into agriculture, because that's where the majority of the people are. Every 100 Ugandans, 70 are in agriculture. Fishing, crop husbandry or animal husbandry. Combined, it gets 70 out of 100 people.
From here, the ANT presidential candidate proceeded to Leju Town Council in Terego West, where he promised to improve on service delivery if voted president of Uganda. Locals in Terego district urged Muntu to build strong grassroots structures and expand the ANT party. Haruna Mutesasira, UBC News.
In more UBC News tonight, the Forum for Democratic Change FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has assured rice growers in Bukedea that he will provide alternatives for them to grow their crop. While conducting his campaign rallies in Aligoi sub-county in Bukedea district, Mafabi assured the people that he has come to solve their problems, as this detail shares with us.
My brothers and sisters who are growing rice near the swamp areas. Nobody will remove you unless he has given you an alternative. Because that swamp belongs to you.
The Forum for Democratic Change FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has promised to revive the growing of cassava in Bukedea district. He was conducting campaign rallies in different sub-counties in Kampala.
Known for cassava. And the cassava gets starch. Who knows Panadol? The one who take it. Do you know Panadol? That is starch. 1 kilo of starch now is 1.4 million shillings. So if we grew cassava here and we made our factory, we would make money. And we would make money.
At Aligoi sub-county, Mafabi cited 4 cash crops, including cotton, coffee, tea and tobacco, that used to fetch money for the area but not anymore. He said he wants to revive cotton growing in the area.
Was known for cotton. I want each of you to touch your clothes you are putting on. It has cotton. Now it is not from Bukedea. It is from another country. So that means our man has gone to another country instead of coming from here. Now if our man has gone, that's why we are poor. For you the cotton. It knows the market of cotton. And they like our cotton. Because they were saying it is extinct.
In an interview with the media at Community Sub-County, the candidate said Bukedea borders Ronko, his home district, and plans to put more investments in.
I'm part of this area. If you are not aware, I have been here. My wife comes from here. I've been part of the little I've done here. I also grow food from here.
Mafabi expressed optimism that his vote in Bukedea will be protected jealously after ceasing his support there.
Here they will be controlled by these people. They are aware what they are going to do. I can assure there will be no rigging here. People will fight here. You remember the election of the by-election of chairman, where by 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock would have voted. That one they left. But here, you wait for this one. You have heard everybody what he's saying. You are waiting. You saw an old man, he said this one was going to die.
At Koliru Sub-County, Mafabi promised to give capital to women who vend fruits and those who sell soft drinks to buy fridges. The FDC presidential candidate Saturday campaigned in Bukedea and Kumi districts. Charity Marion Imnat and Farida Namfuka for EBC.
Thank you, Charity. In more news, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Nabanja, this Saturday continued with her grassroots campaigns in Kasambia sub-county, traversing several villages asking voters to support her and President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Nabanja has promised to lobby her government to ensure that roads, electricity and health services and schools are extended to areas where they have not been provided. We have a detailed report.
Mwongisa MP, mwongisa commissioner, mwongisa minister. Prime Minister akabata kaijaka hano. Nabazima. Ati Prime Minister yarumba. Nalewo tubanze kusima ahabyokolire LC ya Nyantoki. Obutindo bushatu abakyala miliyoni 2 abakyala okabaha gomosi baje abanyirira abakyala okabigurira yeju yabo yekibiina abakyala okabaha n'empunu nabwira bono tukusaba omuhanda jagukora alobadde ogundi guli hali kuruga Kisoro kugenda Kigomba nagwa guli omaisa nakonda gukora abawagira Nabanja mikono waggulu President kubasha bakaluka President Museveni abakwagira Museveni bara Nabanja tukolire akabanza yatuhereza egomba ezo kutukurakorana zo kuhinga yatuhereza emitumba ebonire yahetuhereza empunu ezo kurakoraniza abantu twakora rutinda mpaka hari kubi twayongeyeyo no mumisho ezo nezo kusima Josephat akaruka kamushinga mutamukobya karunako abagenda okupagira baliwa kugira ngo mukama amwongere bururu bwingi. She is not competing with anybody in Kakumiro. She's competing with the whole Uganda. Yes. So may God give her more blessings. Ruhanga mwongere mugisha mingi amuhamani mingi kandi agumena amanya ngo abo kukorera abantu bakukunda wabarekora rugutoru. May God give you more life and long life. Amina mutero mungaro.
Tukubasaba ebintu bibiri. Mulugumire. Akaruwe karawa bajagenda babyami. Nkwenda zira ntakugaba ziro na nyoja kweterereka kubanga mukimanyire ranja kulya. Nja kusinga. Nabanja ye. Chari choma. Ana yobujuru.
East Africa Legislative Assembly (IALA) members are set to present the Elimination of Female Genital Mutilation Bill 2025, aimed at providing stronger measures to curb the practice and protect girls and women who remain at risk of this harmful cultural tradition. This was during a two-day stakeholders engagement in Kampala, bringing together legislators, cultural leaders, human rights activists and survivors of FGM to deliberate on how the region can jointly eliminate this practice.
Mutilation prevalence varies significantly across East African countries, although several states have recorded a decline due to legislation, advocacy and community sensitization. High rates still persist in Somalia, Kenya, Democratic Republic of Congo, and pockets of communities in Uganda and Tanzania. Experts attribute this to deeply entrenched cultural norms and limited enforcement mechanism in remote areas. The East African Legislative Assembly is yet to the Elimination of Female Genital Mutilation Bill 2025, aimed at harmonizing legal frameworks across partner states, strengthening cross-border collaboration, enforcing stricter penalties, and ensuring the protection of victims and those at risk.
Because whether there is a cultural attachment to FGM, we are treating it not as a social norm, but a criminal offense.
During the engagement, IALA member Makame Hausmun Abdallah also submitted on urgent need for joint regional efforts, noting that some communities conduct FGM across borders to invade national laws.
We have to work together, and we believe that this is a noble task, and we have to protect the human rights.
Other stakeholders highlighted the need for witness protection, noting that survivors, whistleblowers, and community activists often face intimidation. Calls were also made for stronger involvement of cultural leaders who play a key role in influencing attitudes and promoting alternative rites of passage for the girl child.
They have sworn in these covenants not to disclose information. So when you say, when you refuse to report, you take him to court, but I'll never report.
If passed, the Elimination of Female Genital Mutilation Bill 2025 is expected to create a unified regional response to one of East Africa's most persistent human rights challenges. Legislators say the bill will not only strengthen prosecution across border enforcement, but also expand protection frameworks for girls, empower communities to abandon the practice, and reinforce the region's commitment to safeguarding the health, dignity, and future of women and girls.
Your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100*0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. Fire! MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission. You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint Undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for silk vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person, who recommends me to another person, who recommended me to come and do the advert. Global Paint, a reliable product.
Step into elegance, step into confidence, step into La Vie Boutique. Located at Grand Imperial Hotel, Shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda. La Vie Boutique brings you high-class corporate and casual wear for men. From sharp designer suits and crisp shirts to stylish casual t-shirts, tracksuits, shoes and accessories, we've got everything to make you stand out. Call us on 0772 419 181 or 0705 555 558. La Vie Boutique, where class meets style.
This is our home, our land, and our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Power your moment. Techno, the global partner of AFCON 2025.
Welcome back to still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Naila Avenue. In more news, the Minister for Kampala, also the NRM candidate for Kampala Central Member of Parliament seat, Hajat Misa Kabanda, has called for unity among Kampala dwellers and advised them to vote for all candidates on the NRM ticket, starting from presidency up to the local council levels. Kabanda emphasized the NRM's theme for the 2026 general election of protecting the gains, saying that it aims at defending the developments that have been achieved. She was at a campaign rally in Chisenyi 3 parish in Kampala, together with the other NRM candidates, soliciting support from voters to trust them with the mandate of being their leaders in the forthcoming elections 2026.
Protecting ki era nga tugamba twagala Museveni bw'abazzeeko NRM bw'ebezzaako nga pate tusobole okuba nga bye tukoze tubikuuma. N'olwekyo mbasaba tumanye kye twagala gye tuvudde okuba mukyanga President Museveni ajja nakati byakozeeko tubiraba ti enguudo weeziri, malwaliro weegali, abaana tubagemye, buli kimu tukikoze nga gavumenti. Mbasaba tumanye ekigenda mu maaso, abataabiraba tebalina maaso. PDM eze ku mulembe guno, emyoga gize ku mulembe guno, kati mwagala twogere ki? Bw'oba obuuza Museveni kyakoze nga tokiraba, nga kati abalema temukyabalaba, abalwalanga polio kitegeeza temulaba biki bigenda mu maaso
okuvaayo ne tugamba ku luno akalulu kagenda kudda mu structure wakiri era temunswaza wakiri His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni namugamba structure bwe zibeera nga zibeere ku kalulu nga babanoonya kalulu ku luno tugenda kuwangula waggulu ennyo mwebalire ddala.
And in other news, the Chief Executive Officer of the Alur Festival, Chief Dennis Omwony Francis, together with the ASP Atwebembere Achilles, the Regional Community Liaison Officer for Kampala Metropolitan East, have today addressed the media on the final preparations for the 10th edition of the Alur Festival, scheduled to take place tomorrow, Sunday. Speaking during the briefing, Chief Omwony Francis said that all arrangements were in place, noting that this year's edition is expected to attract a wide range of participants celebrating Alur culture, heritage and unity. The 10th edition of the Alur Festival is anticipated to be one of the biggest cultural gatherings, showcasing traditional music, dance, food and customs of the Alur people. These are the details.
And the person with this team, we are well set for the day tomorrow, and I want to assure you also again that we shall have our chief guest, who will be His Royal Majesty Obemo, who is the King of Alur Kingdom, will be the chief guest tomorrow. He will use the day to pass a message of love, peace, unity, and also to say his last message for the year to all the subjects who are here in Kampala.
I want to start by saying that together with my team that has been seeing the organization, the planning processes of this 10th edition of the Alur Cultural Festival, we are very ready and set for the day. That one I can assure you. All the different departments are ready, all the different activities and the different people who are always who are going to be participating in the event, they are ready. So I welcome each and everyone, all the Alur people, the non-Alur people, to come and we celebrate that day tomorrow with us.
I can assure the public is that the Uganda Police Force has never failed to protect anyone. We are always there to make sure we protect anyone. We do not allow any confusion that comes in any function. And still, I know with such a culture celebrations, most of the times they are always peaceful. It is rare to find a cultural celebration which is not peaceful.
I'm on the tender. Ipolo, mingom. Ipolo, mipolo, lembe mingom. What?
Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100*0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. Fire! MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
And in the world of business, government's continued investment in Central Market is transforming communities and reshaping the lives of young people across the country. With crime rates in urban centers often linked to youth unemployment, officials say that the new markets are creating opportunities that keep young people engaged in productive work. As Oko Joseph reports.
Across Uganda, the construction of government-funded central markets is giving thousands of young people a new start. Where unemployment once pushed many into crime, these markets are now drawing youth into small-scale enterprises that provide a steady income and a sense of direction. From vending fresh produce to running delivery services, young people are finding opportunities that were previously out of reach.
I want to thank the government, most especially Ministry of Local Government, for building for us this market, Mbale Central Market,
we have been empowered, we are earning a living, we have educated our children, and even insecurity in Mbale has been curbed because we have challenges of the youth. Most of them are unemployed, but they have settled in the market and they are working.
It's not only the vendors benefiting. Boda riders say the growing number of stalls has increased demand for transport services, helping them make more deliveries and secure higher daily earnings.
Here in Wadulo market, I think the chicken section can employ more than 30 bodas. Because delivering the chicken to most parts of this Kampala, there are many bodas that are benefiting from this market.
At Wadulo main market in Kampala, business has surged after the vendors occupied the facility following a presidential directive to abolish market dues in city markets.
Era kikuyambye okweterezaako buno busente bw'ofissaako n'omanya nti zinaliwaddeyo omwezi nina kyenzikozeemu n'ofuna ky'ozikolamu ekirala bano yongerako mu business.
I have benefited that I am not, even if I'm not marketing, but while I'm working and people are passing by, they see this cake, so I have had more customers added to my older crew, the crew that I came with before coming to the market.
During a recent oversight visit, officials from the Ministry of Local Government said they were impressed by the progress on the ground, especially the role of these markets are playing in reducing poverty and improving community livelihoods.
We have been able to interact with the vendors. Some of the vendors, most of the vendors are happy because their working conditions have improved. They no longer work under the sun, under the rain, save for a few challenges, of course, that are unavoidable. Like at times there is a shortage of power supply, and when the power goes off, the business goes down. Yeah, so other than that, the government has been very intentional on promoting agriculture, promoting trade and commerce through these markets. And most of the vendors that we speak to, their livelihoods have been improved because they are able to do business in decent places.
With more central markets still under construction, government says it hopes to continue steering young people away from crime by expanding economic opportunities where they are needed most. Oku Joseph, UBC.
And in sports, the Netball Uganda National Super League Division 1 has witnessed the end of a season action for teams like Uganda Police Force that faced Ugisa on the final day, as John Barnes sent more report.
Uganda Police Netball Club has ended the 2025 Netball Uganda National Super League Division 1 on a losing note after falling 48-38 to Ugisa at Ham Stadium, Nakivubo.
The season has not been bad, though we didn't reach our goal and our target. We are hoping to be among the top 4, but as per now we are not sure what the table standing is because it's not yet been displayed out.
But despite the defeats, Uganda Police Netball Club playing staff are confident that next season will bring better tidings.
I think this season we played our level best because the last season we played, we weren't that good, we were off, we were negative and everything we were giving in on court. But this season, we tried our level best. The teams that beat us last season couldn't beat us this season. Apart from this last game we played against Ugisha Queens, I think it wasn't our luck, but we tried to give it our best as a team. Yeah, next year we promise that we shall work harder in all the departments so that we become stronger.
In the other game played this Saturday, Dynamite beat UGX Luero 43-36. The league has finished in phases, with many top teams still having games to play as a result of national team engagements that affected all teams with 3 or more players on national duty at the Celtic Cup last week and at the Africa Cup due next week. As it stands, Kampala Capital City Authority Netball Club holds advantage over second-placed National Insurance Corporation with a few games to play.
Thank you very much for joining us for the 8 o'clock edition of the UBC News tonight, and we do apologize for extending the time a little into programming. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. Up next is the weekly business roundup, and do remember I'm styled by La Vie Boutique on Grand Imperial Hotel, right behind Bank of Uganda, Shop 6 and 8.